WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett, Memphis. Part of the Memphis Sports Network with 92.9 FM ESPN. ESPN 790 AM.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gastons White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
All right, good morning, and it is Open Mic Saturday.
And we know what that means.
And we know what that we are going to take your calls, going to give away prizes. It's fun. Greg Ratliff is our show producer, and Roland, our 14. And you heard that familiar voice of the one and only opera singer. No, that's the wrong.
La, 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 la.
Yeah. Gene Smith in the
Good
studio.
morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Gene, all the way from Raleigh, not North Carolina, but
Part of the Daryl and Daryl show.
that's right. And Daryl, the other Daryl, will be calling in about 7 o'clock this morning. Dave Gabbard is up at the Big Sandy waterfowl drawing, the WMA waterfowl drawing at Big Sandy, where they have about 2,000 or 3,000 people up there this morning. And he'll call in about 7, give us a report up there. But we got a jam-packed show. Take your calls. Remember those numbers, 1-800-759-6279, 274-7979. I know we haven't had Open Mic Saturday in a while, but we're back, and we've got some great prizes. We got a $25 Avery gift card, 2 12-month subscriptions to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News. We got a couple of 4-ticket family packs to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza that starts next weekend. And then got some assorted prizes that you can pick up after lunch on Monday down there. Got some of the new Radiance Arctic Skulls cooling system.
With this temperature the way it is,
Yeah,
these things are great.
These things are great. We appreciate our good friends out at Radiance giving us those. We got some hunter specialty stuff. We got some, let's see what we got down here. We got some of the new Johnny Stewart Primal Series Custom Cottontail Rabbit Distress and Windicator. Oh, man. So anyway, let's start right off. Normally he's in the second slot, but we pushed him up early because I know he gets up early on Saturday morning. That's our good friend Ron Branaman from up at Gastons White River Resort. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Larry. How y'all doing?
Hey, buddy. It's been a while. We've talked to you and everything. And first of all, let's before we get to what's going on fishing-wise, I know that the great loss of your boss and our friend, Mr. Jim Gastons, I know that must have been some kind of a homecoming for Jim. I understand it almost turned into a roast.
It was a great memorial, and of course we're going to miss Jim dearly. And the memorial was great. It was almost like a roast. He had a lot of old friends there telling stories.
Yeah.
Some of them I hadn't even heard, and we're all going to miss his expertise and his candor and his good humor and just everything that he did for Arkansas and trout fishing and, of course, the resort here. So it's a great loss, but we're going to move forward and just keep making things as good as they've always been.
Well, I know that, and, folks, I know that it'll be different but we appreciate Gastons' support. Jim and I friends for 25, 30 years, and I know Gastons was the first one to be a sponsor for this show, and Jim's been a valuable friend. And you can go to lroutdoors.com. We've posted some things on there, but you guys are going to carry on. I know that with Jill and Clint.
Jill and Clint been here a long time. Of course, Clint's only 26 years old, but he started when he was about 5. So.
He did. So I know. And how long you been there, Ron?
38 years, and of course Jill's been there forever. So we're in great shape. We got a lot of good experience. We got some people in the offices that have been here for over 20 years.
Yes,
so
it's a family.
We're just going to have fun and keep continuing on and keep fishing.
And I know that leading into that August, hard to believe it's August, and but we know the river is always what temperature?
52 degrees roughly, Larry.
And this is a wonderful time in August. I know a lot of folks are going back to school and a lot of different things, but the water temperature is great. The heat may be great.
Has really been good. We're having a lot of high water, Larry. They're trying to get Bull Shoals Lake down, as they are all the lakes above us, too. But we've had a lot of big browns caught this week. They're dragging a lot of just pink glowworms and live red worms and throwing countdown rapalas and rogues. And the fishing's really been excellent. And our fly guides are mostly dragging egg patterns and pink jigs.
Egg patterns and pink jigs. And,
right.
And I know there's been a lot of rain up north, and that's where this water's coming from because you guys, we hadn't had much rain here in July over here.
We've Bull Shoals, of course, the biggest lake on the chain, and we've been sitting here holding water coming off of Taneycomo and on above that for most of the summer. So we got kind of backed up, so they're trying to empty Bull Shoals a little bit right now. And so we're going to have some high water, but the fishing's still good. Even from the bank, there's certain areas, and people may just need our help on where to go and how to do it, but that's what we're here for, so we can help them out.
You can do that. And, of course, I know that not only if fishing is not your game, you got the trails, you got the pool, you got all these other amenities up there for folks that just want to sit and watch the river go by.
Yeah, and we're having a lot of fun with our bird sanctuary, too.
Yeah.
We raise some birds here and just have a lot of fun with them, and the nature trails are real pretty. One thing about all the rain we had this year, everything sure is nice and green.
It is that. Well, we appreciate Ron, and give us how to get in touch with you guys, because I know fall books up in a hurry because there's nothing prettier. Spring is pretty nice too, but fall in the Ozarks and where you guys are is really something to see. So if folks are looking for that special trip, weekend or whatever, tell them how to get in touch with you.
You bet. Phone number for reservations is 870-431-5202. They can email us about information, too, at Gastons@Gastons.com. Got a nice web page, www.Gastons.com. And the river's cool right now, even when it's hot outside, so everybody have a great day.
Yep, and go get a jacket at that wonderful little shop that you've got there that Jill takes care of.
Air conditioner out there right now.
That's right. Thank you, Ron. Tell everybody hello for us, and appreciate you guys, okay?
Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
All right, Ron Branaman. All right, we're gonna give you early. If you're up early, listen to Outdoors with Larry Ray, and we have lots of folks to do that. Go ahead and give away that $25 Avery gift card right out of the chute. I think we ought to reward
early bird.
The early bird, 274-7979, 274-7979. We're going to give that away, and those lights are lining up, and Greg will pick out one of those, 274-7979. That one we're going to need your name, your address, your telephone number, and you will get that at the Avery store down on Cumberland Avenue, thanks to our good friend John Gordon. So I know those lights have lit up. We're going to give that away. And I tell you what, while he's doing all those, we're going to pick out one of those. I tell you what, Greg, you go ahead and take the first one and go right down the list with what we got up there. We're going to give these early folks away. So the first one's going to get that. The second one is going to get a 12-month subscription to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News, a 12-month subscription to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News. How about that? We got two of those. And then we're going to give away 1 4-pack family tickets to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza, and that's next weekend at the Agri Center, Friday, 2 to 9. Saturday, 9 to 7. And Sunday, I'm remembering those off the top of my head, 10 to 5. So you early folks, thank you for calling 274-7979. Those lights are lit up, and so it was good. And Gene, last weekend, when was it? 2 weeks ago? When were you at?
Last week.
Last week,
yeah.
You were in Nashville.
I was in Nashville.
And tell them what it was.
Well, it was a World Archery in the School System shoot-off. We had 5,140 kids registered.
You've got that number down, 5,140.
Yeah, they announced it a bunch.
They did, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we had kids from 6 different countries. Furthest away was South Africa.
Amazing. And that many kids, and 8 little kids.
They were probably third graders on up.
On up, yeah. That's a lot of. So what did you do during that time?
Well, what we all did, we monitored the range. If a kid dropped an arrow, we had to give him another arrow. Or if he had one bounce out, we give him another arrow.
Okay. Yeah.
We only had one incident. The little girl was drawn back to shoot, and the boy bumped her arm, and the arrow went flying, and that was the only thing we had trouble with the whole 4 days.
All 4 days with over that many.
Yeah, every 45 minutes, 200 kids shot a bow and arrow 30 times.
Every 45. That's just amazing.
It is amazing. It went so smooth. That archery in the school system is one heck of a
and it's growing.
Outfit. It is growing, yeah.
It's growing like another sport in the state that we're going to talk a lot about today, and that's a Scholastic Clay Target Program.
Right, it's getting bigger. Also, now they're coming out with 22s.
That's coming up
rifle
next.
And handgun for Scholastics.
Yeah, we're going to be, Gene, and we're going to talk a little bit more on another show about that because we had a lot of kids from here that did well and across the state, and some of our
we
teams.
got some world champions right here in Tennessee.
We got some world champions, and but today's show was going to talk about the big SCTP.
Right.
I'm trying to get that all the initials right on that. And what happened up in Sparta, Illinois, where they had 2,466 athletes, shot 872,500 clay targets.
It's amazing.
And that's pretty amazing. So Greg Ratliff is getting the information for you lucky folks who called early, and we want to get those out of the way because we appreciate you getting up bright and early on a Saturday morning for Outdoors with Larry Ray, and particularly on Open Mic Saturday. Now, we'll be giving away some other prizes throughout the show. That number is
274-7979.
I am impressed. Now, if you're out of the listening area, I hope you're not out of the listening area, but you can hear us on 1-800-759-6279. You need to put those on your speed dial, write them down, but that's the 2 numbers that you need to know today because I said we're going to talk a lot today about the Scholastic Clay Target Program. We're going to talk to the coach up at Henry County who's No-Fly Zone. I like that name of that team. Came back with some national championships, and we did really well up there. Going to hook up with Lance Ryder, who's kind of like the liaison for the TWRA
right.
On that program. And Scott McRee out of Greenwood, Mississippi is going to be on today's show. Scott is... Oh, man, he won so many awards at the 2015 50 caliber World Championships held out in Raton, New Mexico. He shot and won, I think, he had 4 overall awards. At 50, these are like 1,000-yard targets.
Right, yeah.
Way out there with the 50 caliber championships. Then we're going to have an in-studio guest this morning. We're going to have a young man in studio from... He lives in Drummond's, Tennessee, but he goes to Munford High School, and we're going to try to hook up with him, and hopefully he can get in this morning. That's Houston Carson, who not only competed at Sparta, Illinois, but he hit 100 straight targets on the first day and 100 straight targets on the second day, and the only person to do that in 2 days of competition up there. And so we're going to talk to Houston, talk to Jody Schultz, and Matt McCrory. That's coming up later in the show about the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza next weekend. And then we're going to get back to Dave Gabbert up at the Big Sandy. And then we're going to close out today's show with who? The graybeard.
The graybeard
adventurer, Dale Sanders, somewhere on the Mississippi River.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Oh, man, I can't believe we've already gone through one segment. On Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands